Hello and welcome to our Yin Yoga practice. Today you will need 2 blocks and a blanket and maybe a bolster if that's something that you like to use during your practice. Today we'll start in child's pose. So come on down to your hands and your knees. Start in your tabletop. You can bring 1 or 2 blocks, maybe a block and a blanket, and draw your forehead towards your block in your child's pose. And as you sink into this pose, rest your arms by your side and draw your hips back. And start to focus in on your breath. And in today's practice, we're not just doing yin as a way of relaxing, but we're focusing on the muscles and we're focusing on the fascia, the connective tissue that weaves through every part of us. And when we soften into stillness and stay, we invite hydration, release, and flow back into our body's channels. As the great teacher Lao Tzu says and reminds us, to the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. So find your moment here and set your intention for your practice today. As you weave in the steadiness of the body, allowing the hydration of the fascia to emerge. And you'll be here for just about 1 more minute. Just allow the hips to sink back, arms in front of you. And take a moment to do a quick body scan as we begin this time together. And take a long breath in through your nose. And a great big exhale, let it go. And then slowly start to bring yourself out of your first pose, your first child's. And we'll move into our first deepening pose of the practice today, dragon pose. And in this pose, I invite you to bring your right foot forward, maybe 1 or 2 blocks, maybe even a bolster. Just create the space you need for your body. We'll hold this pose for 3 minutes and then start to sink down to your left knee. Let your right leg come out to the outer edge of your mat. And in this pose, we just want to be mindful of finding that stillness as we connect to our connective tissues and we allow the body to open. And this first pose of dragon might have a heavy sensation. So I want you to think of your fascia opening like the sunlight breaking through dense clouds. Allow tenderness into this new flow of your body. there's this 3-part that happens in our yin practice. And in the beginning, we just kind of focus in, and maybe there's a little uncomfortableness, some tension. So we want to go just to about 40, 50, no more than 70% of our depth, because it's very hard to hold in a 3-minute posture. And after about a minute and a half, we start to notice that we are opening up some channels. So we just come to our breath and we utilize the breath. In this dragon pose, just feel free to move your head and just find that stillness in your right hip and that psoas of your left leg. And you're more than halfway there. So right about now, maybe you feel a little sweat opening up in your body. Just allow for this to move through you. And breathe through this last 45 seconds of this pose. Start to deepen the breath. Just know that this pose is behind us. As you make your way out, palms can come to your blocks. Take a moment to move through your hips, forward and back. And then continuing to stay on this right side, we'll bring our right foot across the body. And you always have the option to come to your back for this and take your blanket and drape it over your right calf and right under your left hip. And again, option to use your blocks at whatever level you feel you need. And we'll sink down into sleeping swan pose. And we're still working this right side. So we'll be here for 3 minutes on this side. So settle in, allow any movement you need, and know that we're reaching into the subtle layers of our being. Our breath, our energy, our pranayama, our mind, and our deeper knowing. And eventually the quiet joy beneath it all as we soften into the fascia, we soften into the layers that keep us from our true nature. Just deepen in through your breath. You're past that 90-second mark. You're more than halfway there. fascia in your outer hips and your glutes to unwind as we allow this pose to hydrate and open your hips. And then start to move toward your right hip. Come all the way off. Sit up nice and tall. And bring your left leg forward. And bring your right knee to the outside of your left leg. And then pull it back behind you. We have this option to stay here, or maybe create or use your bolster to lie back on your spine. And we'll be here for 3 minutes. So whatever you choose in this next round, just choose what works for you. And take your time to get there. And with slow, steady close of your eyes, allow yourself to find that opening in your right side. Just continue to come back to your breath. Allow for the opening to resonate within your fascia. You're here for one final minute. Let the stillness come into the body. Notice your mind starts to wander. Just bring it back into the body and find that contemplation of the pose. And now this pose is behind us. Start to bring yourself up to your seat. Bring your blocks back towards the front of your mat. You can bring your blanket or your bolster with you, and take your right foot to the inside of your left inner thigh. And from here, come into a half butterfly pose. Use your blocks, find your edge, find your 40 to 70% edge, and we'll be here for 3 minutes. And as you come into this half butterfly, we are opening the fascia in our hamstrings and our spine. Stillness is where creativity and solutions are found. So breathe through the stillness here. Feel the fascia web along the back of your body lengthen and hydrate. You're more than halfway there. Back to your breath as you reach yourself up. Just unwind for a moment. You can move your props to the side. And with your right knee bent, take your left leg across the front of the right so that both knees are down. And if you need any props here, bring them underneath your knees for support. So wherever you are in this square pose, just allow yourself to listen to your body. And we'll be here for 3 minutes as we come forward. Relax your top of your body down. As you come into square. Fascia in the hip capsule gently unwinds here. With stillness, space opens, not just in the body, but also in the mind. So stay here for 3 minutes. Release both your legs. And we'll just shake our hips from side to side as we prepare for the left side of the body. Come back forward to your preparedness for your dragon on the left. So use your bolster, use your blocks. Bring your left leg out in front, elbows can come down to your bolster as you send your right leg back. And we'll be here for 3 minutes again. And this is the deepest pose to come into. The wound is a place where light enters you. So as you breathe into this sensation, the fascia opens like sunlight breaking through dense clouds. Tenderness allows for the new flow. So again, you can move your upper body, your neck, your head. Try to find that stillness in the lower body. Just remember that you're holding that 40 to 70%. We try not to go too deep in this 3 minutes. Just a gentle reminder that you're halfway through the hold. Working your fascia and your hip flexors, your psoas and your quads. Allow yourself to sink down into this final 50 seconds. And know that the stillness is doing amazing work in your body. Notice any sensations, any discomfort, and take a final breath in here, and a deepening breath out, and slowly make your way out of the pose. Just move your hips forward and back, release any tension. And then start to walk your left foot across the body. And again, you can come to your back for a figure 4. Bring your blanket right over the front calf of your left leg. And allow your right hip flexor to lean into the blanket. You can even stick a bolster or blocks under. And we'll come to sleeping swan pose for a 3-minute hold. So make your way there, draw back, and use your breath to find comfort and ease. In this pose, we work our fascia through our outer hips and our glutes. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. Just notice how much release comes from softening and not forcing. Allow the breath to move through the hips. You're more than halfway there in sleeping Swan. And if at any time emotions stir within you in your yin practice, just know that it's completely normal. As we release, we may release emotions that have been lingering inside. And start to deepen the breath. Bring yourself off your blanket, away from your blocks. Draw your hips to the left. We're going to move our props behind us for support. Take your right leg forward. Your left leg can come back. Bend your left knee. Bring it out to the side for your half saddle pose, rather. And just start to lay on your back, or you can hold yourself here seated. Just find that edge of 40 to 70% wherever you are. And just notice the difference between right and left as we're here for 3 minutes. Allow the heart to expand as you breathe and reach through the left quad, your low back, and allow the fascia to unwind. Tension is normal as long as it's not causing you discomfort or pain. Our yin practice brings a subtle stretch at 40 to 70% of our depth. Holds a space for us to release and allow the fascia to unwind. Soften through your face. Soften through your jaw and your mouth. seconds longer. Just allow yourself to find the breath that guides the body to find your stillness. Slowly start to bring yourself off your back or to a seat. Bring your props with you. Bring both your feet on your mat. Gently and chilled, wipe your legs side to side. Extend your left leg long, extend your right leg long, bring your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Create whatever space you need for comfort in your stillness. 3 minutes in our half butterfly as you draw forward. Rest as needed here. The fascia in your hamstring and your spine. Feel the fascia web along the back body, lengthen and hydrate. Imagine streams of energy flowing like water along the spine and hamstring. Here for 1 more minute. Continue to come back to the breath. Start to deepen your breath as you start to make your way all the way up. Coming into square on the left side. Use blocks or pillows, whatever you need. Keep your left leg right across the front of your body and bring your right leg up and over the top. And again, you can bring blocks, props underneath your knees. Don't have to go as deep. You can and uncross your legs, whatever you need in this square pose. Bring your blocks forward, prop down, let your head hang. We're here for 3 minutes. Sometimes the most important thing in a whole day is the rest we take between the breaths. So here, allow the fascia and your outer hips to find opening. Just use your breath to sink into this square pose. It is often said that yoga or a Yin Yoga class or practice is the easiest practice to teach and to be in. And I find that statement is so vague, because when you come to your Yin practice, you open meridians, you open the deep fascia, and the work in between the poses is where the growth and expansion lies. Stillness is sometimes the hardest place to be. So use your breath and surround yourself in gratitude for coming to your mat and being in the practice at this time. The fascia in your hip capsule gently unwinds here with this stillness. Space opens, not just in the body, but also in the mind. And start to deepen the breath. Let it go. Slowly start to unwind away from this pose. And we'll come to dragonfly pose. Make your legs as wide as you can. You can even sit on your blanket so that your pelvic floor finds an anterior tilt. Option to use props, bolster, or block as we come down into our pose for 3 full minutes. In this straddle pose, we release fascia in our abductors and inner thigh lines. Softness is not weak. It takes courage to stay open. Continue to use your breath to find the stillness within your body. eyes lengthen. Fascia along the abductor channels open. Breathe into this stretch as though washing your tissues with light. Here for 30 seconds longer. And then start to come back to the breath. And this pose is behind us now. Unwind. Bring your legs forward in front of one another. Continue to sit on your blanket. Pelvic tilt slightly forward. We'll come to caterpillar pose. This will be our final pose of this practice. And we'll be here for 3 minutes. You can bring blocks underneath your knees if you'd like. And lean forward. Just allow for the body to unwind in this place. Fascia in the spine and the back body are released here. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Fascia along the back line opens like a long river, lengthening, softening, clearing pathways for energy to flow. You'll be here for 30 seconds longer. Continue to focus on your breath. your way to your final pose in this yin practice, Savasana. Feel free to arrange your blankets, bolsters, in your comfortable Savasana way, whatever that is for you, and start to recline to your spine. We'll take a 5-minute Shavasana. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our own light. So as you find your Shavasana, allow all the channels we open to integrate. The fascia has been stretched, hydrated, and awakened. Feel energy flowing freely through the rivers of the body. There is a story about a Chinese bamboo tree. When you plant its seed, nothing seems to happen for 5 years. You water it, you care for it, and still no visible growth. Then on the 5th year, as if almost overnight, it can grow up to 90 feet tall. What happens in those quiet years is unseen. The roots are spreading deep, strong and wide, creating a foundation to support that incredible growth. Yin Yoga is like tending to the bamboo tree. When we hold poses and open fascia, it may not look like much from the outside, but beneath the surface, deep healing and transformations are taking place. So as you're here in your stillness, trust the invisible work, the work you are creating for the roots of your own